Hey guys, welcome back to our brand new video series. Come with me to explore Nadi in Fiji and make the most of my time in my 12-hour layover. I was at Auckland airport by 4:30 am for my 6:30 flight to Nadi on Air New Zealand. I could not believe how many people were already at the airport. I landed in Fiji at 9 am and was greeted by the beautiful sights of islands and farms. Before even going through immigration, we were welcomed with a Fijian song. At 10 am, I got a 7-day SIM card, changed into my swimwear and jandals at the airport, tried not to get bitten by mosquitoes, and followed the taxi pickup sign and took one of these yellow taxis to Port Denarau, which costs about 40 to 55 Fijian dollars cash and takes 30 minutes. The taxi driver was super friendly and taught me a few phrases in Fijian like bula, which is hello, and vinaka, which means thank you. If you have a bit of time to kill before your cruise, there is a shopping centre right next to the wharf. There are souvenir shops, jewellery stores, restaurants and grocery stores. I dropped my bag off at Authentic Fiji Travel and paid $15 for them to store my luggage for 6 hours while I went on a cruise. I boarded my ferry at 12 p.m. and it was a 20 to 30 minute boat ride to South Sea Island, which is one of the smaller islands. They did have other half-day options like to Malamala Club Island, but I decided I want a more outdoorsy experience. Once we got close to the island, we had to transfer to a smaller boat to take us right to the island. We were immediately welcomed with another Fijian song by the locals. At about 1 p.m, we had a lovely buffet lunch with lots of different salads, potato, chicken drumsticks, sausages, and curry. The lunch was included in the South Sea Island half-day cruise package and it cost 222 Fijian dollars, including activities and boat transfers. Then I had a bit of time to lounge around on the island, relax and dip my toes in the crystal clear light blue waters of Fiji before going on to their submarine boat at 2:30 p.m. You climb down into the basement of the boat with windows and you can get very close views of the seabed, coral and marine life. At 3 p.m, a little boat took us out to snorkel at a nearby reef for about 15 minutes. They give you flippers, a life jacket and snorkel gear. They don't really teach you how to snorkel, but they are there to help you if you need it. It was my first time snorkeling in the open ocean and it was amazing. Once you get back to the island, you can lounge around or swim. There is also the option to kayak, paddleboard or snorkel in the shallow waters. This easily took me to 5 p.m, where we started heading back to Port Denarau. I arrived back to Port Denarau at 6 p.m, where I collected my luggage and had a lovely dinner at Nadina Authentic Fijian restaurant. It is right by the water and I got an impromptu fireworks show as well. I ordered the chicken kovu for 45 Fijian dollars, which is a Fijian dish. The chicken is marinated in coconut milk and spices and then steamed in banana leaves, which gives it a nice earthy taste. There was also a 1-hour fire and cultural dance performance at 7 p.m. at the Port Denarau Shopping Centre Plaza. There is plenty of seating area to watch the performance, so you can eat dinner or sip on a coconut while watching the performance. And there is also the option to join in on the dancing at the end. It was a whole vibe. I headed back to the airport in a taxi a bit before 8 p.m. I was recommended a group of taxis in this area here. I took off on my Fiji Airways flight at 9 p.m. and arrived in Suva, ready to start my 1-week volunteer at Pacific Eye Institute. Make sure to subscribe to follow my next video in Suva, where all the local Fijian life is at.